Good morning, relatives. This is Jade with Indigenous Rising Media, and I am here with Joy Braun and Malia and Kelly Love, and we are at the Morton County Sheriff's Department. Today is December 19th, and these water protectors are facing trial today, and we are here about to do an interview with them so they can give you an idea of what's happening today and why. And so without further ado, let me just turn this around and introduce folks. So we can just go.
Hi, good rising. My name is Kelly Love. Thanks for being with us. Sending love to all our relatives out there.
Hey everybody, Ihani Wash Day. It's Joy Braun here. Just a clarification. I need coffee. These two are on trial, along with several others that were part of the first arrest. I'm not on trial, so don't get scared. I'm not going to trial. But I'm here. That's kind of a big plate. Yeah, but I'm here in support of our first arrestables.
Aloha e Malia ko'uino I Kahului mai iau. My name is Malia and I'm from Kahului on the island of Oahu.
So can you guys tell us why you're here today and what happened? Yeah.
Well, on August 11th, our sister here, Auntie, she sent out a prayer, and we were there to receive it and hear it and answer it. So we were on Highway 1806, and DAPL was illegally doing construction.
Yes.
And we were participating in First Amendment, constitutionally protected prayerful activity. And we carried the chant of the Ocheti Chakoing youth runners into an area. And for that constitutionally protected activity, we were arrested. And we are right now facing charges, and we're praying for a fair trial and for due process. And we have a number of challenges that we face right now, such as a prejudicial binder where there's 10 of us all grouped as one, when many of us weren't even in the same place at the same time. Seems very unconstitutional to me because it doesn't seem like due process. Also, we have not been given enough time for discovery or to prepare defenses, and the state's attorney has asked for motions from the judge for things like not allowing us to speak about treaty rights or environmental rights, which are the reasons why we were there. And so we've asked questions even in our preliminary hearings, such as asking the court to prove jurisdiction, to show us that the Lakota treaties of 1851 still stand. And they won't answer those questions. But so we go on with the judicial process, and we're praying for the justice system to work. We have some great attorneys here to help us through this process, and we have all your prayers. But as far as my background, coming from a grandfather who was a 40-year judge, there's so many things already from the Morton County Courthouse and law enforcement and administration that seem like judicial misconduct. So we're taking these first steps to clear the pathway, not just for us, but set a precedent for 569 other water protectors and the Standing Rock Lakota people. We did this for the children, we did this for the water, and we have absolutely every right under the Constitution and under the treaties. So it's our turn right now to stand up in this way, and we're grateful and honored to have heard the call and be here together. So we stand in solidarity with Standing Rock and for the water.
Malia, do you want to talk about just how you're feeling going in and why you were here?
Yeah, it's funny. All of the pre-hearings, the pre-trial hearings that we've had, I've been so quiet, no feelings whatsoever, and that's kind of been the pattern throughout this movement, even before actions or any stance. It's just been very quiet and calm and no feelings, just reactions and guided in a spiritual way, of course. But today, my na'o, as we say it in Hawaii, or my gut feeling is kind of going off, and so I'm a little bit anxious, but that doesn't mean I'm not calm and collected. I think it's just maybe excited that, you know, now is finally our time to prove our innocence. I mean, we are innocent until proven guilty, and it's going to be very hard for them to prove us guilty, because what we did was not of any guilt at all, and it was not of disorderly conduct at all, and that's what we're being charged with. And you know, we're here because we heard the call, and ahiki ke alohaina hopeloa is what we say in Hawaii, which means until the very last alohaina, until the very last protector of the land. And so as natives, it's in our DNA to stand up for Mother Nature when she calls, and to always keep that balance, and to always respect her and honor her, so that she can take care of us in a good way.
So can you talk about the charges you're facing and let folks know what's on the table today?
Yeah, so originally we were charged with disorderly conduct, and about 8 hours before our pretrial, the state's attorney added a laundry list of other charges on top of that to criminalize us. Things ranging from refusal to halt, if you ever knew that was a charge, halt! But things ranging from refusal to halt to criminal trespass to intent to harm and intent to harass. And all of this is just nonsense, because we were prayerful and peaceful and participated in constitutionally protected activities. So thank you for standing with us. We're being called in right now. So just keep us in prayer and send us your love and good thoughts to everyone here and for all the water protectors, until our treaty rights are respected, until our lands are restored, until the water is clear and clean for all of our children for the next 7 generations.
So folks, as you see, Kelly and Malia are headed into court right now. So please send them your prayers. Let's see. So, do you want to give some closing words and just talk about, you know, a message to the folks, how they can support these water protectors right now?
The biggest thing that you can do right now is you can pray. I don't care how you pray or who you pray to, but pray. Continue with the movement. The ask was for us to take the cry of Mini Wichoni to all the other pipeline fights and all the other fights for water, whether that be uranium mining or mountaintop removal or coal ash or whatever it is. Anything that's threatening our water is to take that cry of Mini Wichoni to those places. These water protectors were the first. And like she said, of 570 some people, I never would have thought it would have got to that point. But and we need to also be mindful and cognizant, and to be contacting your state senators and your representatives and demanding that justice occur whenever we go up against these big fights. Because as we go into the next 4 years, we know we're going to be under attack. In all kinds of ways, we're going to be under attack. So you need to contact them and remind them that they need to stay within the law and to honor the treaties, wherever those treaties are. Because those treaties are there not just to protect Native people, they're there to protect non-Native people as well. And you see that that's one of the things that we're doing right now, is we're using the treaty to protect Mini Wichoni. So continue carrying the cry of Mini Wichoni wherever you're at, and keep praying. And I'm probably more emotional than they are right now. It's really hard. It's really hard because I put that call out. LaDonna put that call out. And it's hard.
So, Kelly Love spoke about it earlier, but this court has asked, or the one of the attorneys has asked that these water protectors, that their lawyers don't bring up the treaty rights or why they were here. You know, that they can't talk about the environmental issues that they were here for, and they can't talk about the treaty and the sovereign rights. So, what do you make of that? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that just opens up a whole can of worms for appeal, because treaty is protected by the United States Constitution, and the treaty of 1851 was signed and ratified by the United States Congress before there was a state of North Dakota. So, and as any constitutional lawyer will tell you, you know, treaty is the supreme law of the land, and you have to be able to bring up treaty. If they don't, well, then we started the appeal process. These people are here because we asked them to be here. So therefore, they're covered under our treaty.
So, how do you think? Well, it's really challenging for these water protectors going into this courtroom because they are facing a courtroom that is not their peers necessarily, and folks who have been swayed by the biased media and by, you know, the systemic racism that's in this state. And so, yeah, do you want to talk about how they're facing a jury that might, you know, be biased against them?
They're certainly facing a jury that has the possibility of being biased towards them. The court system in America is not set up to be unbiased. It's set up to be biased. And yeah, I really do fear for our Native brethren and our water protectors that are going in there. But again, that sets up precedent for appeal, so that we can prove that. Now, they were going to be doing jury selection very first thing this morning. You know, jury selection usually, especially for this number of people, usually should take about a half a day to, if not 2 or 3 days. They kind of rush things through. So we'll see what happens.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
Right. So, and who's paying for all of these trials? You know, I would assume it's a tax on the taxpayers.
It is the taxpayers that are paying for all of this. And, you know, we never wanted Morton County residents to be taking the burden of all of this. And the fact is that Morton County Sheriff's Department and Morton County have done everything that they can to militarize and militarize themselves and criminalize us. I don't know. What can you do? Yeah. All we can do is, I know we have some really good lawyers, and I know that we just got to keep with the faith. Sometimes justice can take a while, and so hopefully there'll be some justice today. If not, then we appeal, and there will be justice another day.
Great. Any other messages you want to send out?
Mini Wichoni.
Great. Cool. Well, this is Jade again with Indigenous Rising Media, and the water protectors, the defendants, have gone into the courtroom, and we were just speaking with Joy Braun of the Indigenous Environmental Network, and we're going to continue to give updates throughout the morning and keep everyone posted. So stay tuned, and thank you again. Bye-bye.